President Donald Trump is once again turning to Supreme Court, asking the justice to step in as his administration fight to block billions of dollars in foreign aid that Congress has already approved. This case could become a landmark moment, testing how much power a president really has when it comes to canceling money that lawmakers have ordered to be spent. Here's what's at stake: $4 billion in aid that Congress set aside for global health programs, including the fight against HIV and AIDS. The Trump administration says that money no longer matches its priorities and should not be released. But the courts so far have not been on Trump's side. Last week, an appeals court in Washington, D.C. upheld a ruling requiring the State Department to send out the funds by the end of this month. District Judge Amir Ali made it clear Congress to control federal spending, and the White House cannot just sit on that money without lawmakers signing off. The administration quickly filed an emergency appeal to Supreme Court, calling the lower court orders a grave and urgent threat to the separation of power. Solicitor General D. John Seward argued that forcing the executive branch to spend money it opposes weakens the president's ability to act with one voice on foreign policy. The White House says it still plans to distribute $6.5 billion in aid by September 30, but it wants the authority to hold back the remaining $4 billion. To do that, Trump invoked a rarely used tool called a pocket rescissions. This maneuver allowed the president to propose canceling funds, which then puts pressure on Congress to either approve the cuts or risk losing the money altogether. The move has complicated ongoing budget talks on Capitol Hill as lawmakers race to avoid a government shutdown. Meanwhile, groups representing aid recipients are fighting back. They warn that even a short delay could let the administration run out of the clock, ensuring the $4 billion never reaches its intended programs. In their filing, they argue that Trump's strategies would fundamentally upend our constitutional structure by letting the president overrule Congress on spending decisions. This is not the first time the dispute has reached the Supreme Court. Back in March, the justice rejected an earlier request from the administration to keep the aid frozen, but the court did not set a timeline for when the money had to be released, which allowed the legal fight to drag on in the lower courts. Now the justice faced the question once more. At the heart of this case is more than just foreign aid. It's a battle over who controls the power of the purse: Congress, which writes the checks, or the president, who carries out the national policies. The answers could have long-lasting consequences, reshaping the balance of power in Washington and setting the stage for how future presidents handle budget fights with Congress.